Alright, motherfucking trucker. Was speaking today. I felt alright. Use these last 2 days to use the Pisces moon. Sleep in extra hour and a half. I need it. So obviously I have a loaded third house, which is your vehicle house. Well, it looks like that Venus at 17 wreaking havoc, squaring and opposing my Chiron. Opposing my Chiron, squaring me, my Leo, and squaring my heart. Right now the moon's currently now 29 degrees of Pisces. Sextiling Pluto. So I stopped to get gas before I got to the job site. Leaving, make it about 200, 300 yards. And all of a sudden I hear a ding, 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 ding. And then I see my battery light come on, and all of a sudden my power steering's real stiff. I pull off into a fucking parking lot, and I'm like, okay, it's still running. I shut it down. Get out. My belt is shredded. And I'm like, all right, the belt's warranted, or I got a warranty on it. I'm like, but AutoZone's a lot further than CarQuest. So through text to someone I know on this side of town, didn't get his respond back. I didn't want to bother, so I started walking it. It was probably 2 miles away. Maybe a mile and a half. So I get there, dude gives me a little bit of shit about, well, you only bought this 5 months ago. There's no way it's like the belt. And I'm thinking, alright. And I know we slightly damaged the pulley, this power steering pulley, back in August when I blew a head gasket and we had to rebuild. It took 3 weeks to get my truck running again. So I was thinking, well, maybe it was that. So I get back, I go to put the belt on, it's big as shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck, alright. Pull up the diagram off the internet, notice I'm missing a fucking pulley. Something called an idler pulley. And I'm like, alright, looks like we're going to CarQuest. And well, then I'm starting to walk to CarQuest, and I get a call from my Libra buddy Patrick. And he's like, hey, I saw you outside. I was like, yeah, why don't you stop? I saw your truck. And then as I'm walking, then I see some of my son's mom's youngest sister, who's a Libra. And then I get a text from the Libra. I was seeing if she could give me a ride. So it's weird. Within like 60 seconds to 5 minutes, I saw 3 significant Libras in my world. And so I get the fucking pulley. They can't help me get a bolt. But while I was walking, I found this piece on the ground, and it looked like it might have come from the part that I heard ching, ching, ching Um, and I thought it was the bearing that went out in the other pulley. So then my friend pulls up, Patrick, and then we go to Napa, headed actually to Ace. So I'm like, hey, let's see if Napa has it. They give me a bolt. It's kind of, it definitely don't look like it's the original one that came with the scenario. So then we go get a coffee. And then we go back to put it on, and then the pulley is riding up against the housing. It's like, okay, well, obviously that's not right. So then he's like, well, I got to be at work. I got 20 minutes. I said, well, take me back to CarQuest. I'm not fucked up, man. Hopefully I might end up a whole nother year with that because I didn't plead not guilty and take that fucking offense to court, to trial. Fucking Spirit is straight fucking with me, man. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know if it's even that. It's more like that's just the section of existing I'm in. So they can't figure out what to get me. I get a different bolt, an extra washer, and it ain't it. Luckily it wasn't too far away. In fact, I'm now in the vicinity as he just stopped and made that turn to get to here. So then he's like, well, try to get me the serial number on the truck. So I come back and I'm like, you know what? The truck will still start. It's not that far. So I'm like, you know what? I can get there and not overheat. So I just drove my truck there. It was only fucking quarter mile down the fucking way at best. Finally, on site, it makes sense to him. He gets everything going. But then when I was cranking the bolt in, dude, I might have cranked too fucking tight. Stripped the threads in the fucking housing. So now I'm still weary about the whole fucking scenario. Alright, I will keep posted, but obviously very Neptunian happenings. Man, we're talking like when I was walking, came to a certain road, big old semi with like hay on it. I passed him and I got my shredded serpentine belt in my hand. However long it took me, an hour to walk to the AutoZone, walk back, motherfucker was turning back down that same road, big old semi truck. Like, I'm sure he was tripping like, what? But the synchronicity of timing, the threeness of redoing shit. The Mercury retrograde.